Dead at 26. It's not what you usually plan for in your life. You're probably thinking suicide. It was a heart attack. Stepped out of the shower and just fell over. Woke up the next day and questioned everything, wondered, was it a dream? And I stepped outside and it was still night. And the night after that, and the night after that. I started to realize that something was really wrong when my wife didn't come home. For days on end, I sat in here until I decided to go outside and try to leave. I couldn't. There's like some sort of force field, some sort of wall around this hotel. And no matter where I go or what I do, every morning I wake up to the same thing. The same face, the same clothes, the same dog frozen in his cage. Everything is the same. All frozen in the moment that I died. No matter what I do, no matter what I think, I'm stuck in this little purgatory in Peoria. Every night is the exact same. I go down to the dining hall and have breakfast. It seems like I died pretty early in the morning. I come back up to my room, chill out, and watch a little bit of the same TV program I've watched the last 1,000 times, and just rest in my bed, thinking about every little decision that I've ever done in my life. It becomes really lonely when you have no one else to talk to, when you have no one else to interact with, and you're completely and utterly alone in a hotel for over 1,000 days. You start to question your sanity. You start to question everything about your life. I just want to talk to someone, even if it's just on the other end of a phone. Fuck it. I feel like you got it worse than I do. You're like stuck in this like liminal space here, just sitting there. It's not really fair. I mean, what did you do? You didn't have a heart attack. And yet you're frozen here, like completely lifeless. I mean, you probably want like a treat or something. I wonder if you like can actually hear me. I or if you're like just like a object, or if you can actually interact, but it seems like you're completely frozen, so I don't really think you can hear me. For over 1,000 days, I've watched the same episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. I've learned every little phrase, every nuance of the dishes they're making, every bit of every commentary from every person in that restaurant. For at least 1,000 days, I've heard those words uttered by that man every time. And every time I turn the TV back on just so I can have a little bit of human connection, it's just ironic that the only person I can hang out with is Guy Fieri, of all people. I used to really hate him. I used to think he was really tacky in his weird yellow fucking hair. But honestly, he's been a pretty good friend to me. Even though it's the same program and the same things being said every day, it just feels like I'm seeing an old friend. An old friend I really, really miss. And to be honest, the food looks really good. I wish I could eat anything other than warmed up eggs and crispy bacon. It's the same thing I've had the night before and the night before, and you know. I just wish I could have that food. It looks so fucking good. Honestly, I wish I could have anything but what I have right now. I'd eat that food raw if I could. I'm not very religious, but I do know that most hotels usually keep a Bible or some sort of equivalent in its cabinets. When people run out of options, they turn to faith. Not because faith is the best thing, but because faith is the thing that answers questions that are unanswerable. It gives you hope. It gives you the belief beyond that somehow your reckless, meaningless suffering is all for a purpose, all for a reason beyond your own. Wait a minute. What the fuck? I've never seen that before. Looks like a array of colors, like a bush burning. Okay, I understand that I was going a little bit harsh on religion for a second there, but maybe there's something to this. Maybe this is something. Maybe this is. It could just be just a malfunction of the TV. I know this TV is kind of fritzy, but I've never seen anything like that. A burning bush, a literal burning bush. Something to show me that there's a sign that something's happening here. Maybe my suffering isn't all meaningless. Maybe there is a purpose. And maybe there's a reason why I'm sitting here right now. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Big G, Big God, how's it going? You figure this is all by your design, you know. I'm in this weird ass place, and I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. I feel like this is your doing, yet I look for Bibles, I look for scripture, I look for anything in the room, anything that could possibly lead me, a clue or a sign. And then this random set of colors comes on my TV, and I think maybe that's you. And maybe you're showing me a sign, something I need to do. I just don't know. I don't know if I have the ability to interpret that. I don't have any clue what you're even trying to say to me. It's so much easier when you're like a little kid because everything is just have faith, believe, just go along with what your parents tell you and just believe endlessly. And you have that imagination as a child to just do that. And the older you go and the older you grow, you just kind of get to this point where you need your faith restored at some points. You've just been beaten down so much. And so many little things have slowly cut away your willingness to want to believe in things. You know, people losing people and, you know, friends breaking up with you or ending a friendship. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that faith is hard, and I assume you know that. I mean, you're the dude. But I just want my faith restored. I just want something other than just some random colors on a TV. I need something concrete and specific, and something I can interpret more than just an abstract symbol. I wish I just remembered like all the prayers. You know, I only remember a few of them, but I wish I could do all of them because I feel like that might help. But maybe that's not what you want. Maybe you don't want that. Well, good chat. Keep it up. I figure you're doing good work up and wherever you are, and maybe I'll see you eventually. Okay. Have a good one. I've never had as good of a spiritual life as you, Mom. Not saying I'm not Catholic or not anything like that. Obviously I am. Obviously I still say the St. Michael prayer when I'm scared in the dark, and St. Anthony prayer when I'm missing my keys, and I still wish I went to church sometimes and feel bad when I don't. I always remember when you used to tell me that like Purgatory, or before you go to heaven or hell, was like a car wash. It was like a way to clean your soul, like clean you of those impurities. And I don't know if that's what this is or anything like that, but I wish I wouldn't have made so many stupid mistakes. So many easy things that I could have fixed, so many different choices I could have made. And I appreciate everything you gave to me, everything that you and Dad gave to me. You gave me a really good childhood and a really good upbringing, and I don't think anyone could ask for anything better from two parents. And, you know, some people might say that I was privileged to have you guys, and I definitely was. So, I'm gonna hang up now, okay? Love you. One of the cool things about being in this little space in time is no matter what, if I pull from the food, it'll replenish itself within a few seconds. I have access to apples and water and eggs and bacon, and no matter what I do, I never have to worry about earning money or making any sort of living. I can just eat, sleep, and exist. It's like being in prison, and I feel like I've enjoyed some level of being institutionalized. I don't feel like I have to do anything. I don't have to live for anything. I just live for myself. And that can be very freeing in a way. Who am I kidding? That's fucking bullshit. I wish I could just do what I wanted to do, be the person I wanted to be, go out and have fun with my friends, or meet new people, or talk to a random employee at a Taco Bell at 3 a.m. telling them about my day. I don't care what it is. I just want to be able to talk to someone different. I see those cars driving by and I just think I wish I could be there. Sometimes I just get bored and I'll call people and pretend like I'm having a conversation. I really miss my best friend Joel. I just wish he was here right now. The only video I'm able to watch on YouTube is one of the very first ones that we actually took seriously. Everyone Speaks Cards. That was the weirdest shoot. It went from snow to rain to snow to rain, like back and forth. And I remember when we were out in the middle of nowhere and Kenny was lighting that fire in the middle of the night with just a couple of sticks, a lighter, and somehow he got it to work. That was just an absolute feat of human will and energy after it had all that wood had just gotten so wet. I genuinely wonder if things went better, like, now that I'm where I am. Like, did more people, like, see the stuff, or did it have any effect? I mean, at least I imagine whatever happened. I just really miss you, buddy. That's all. Film is like this empathetic medium, and it's just, I don't know, I can see you in the frames of every shot from this movie, and I hope you're doing good, and I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're not too upset by everything that happened, you know? Just keep on making films. Finish up all the rest of the 12 features, finish up the movies, and you know, the cavalry's never coming, man. Just get out there and do it, okay? My favorite part of this entire hotel is this little pool here. Luckily the staff left it unlocked because I can go here anytime I want and I get to see that same beautiful skyline. The pool offers the only bit of variation that I ever get because I can't remember every little ripple in the water. It feels like a new experience every time, even though I know every bit of that water is exactly the same as the last time I was there. It's the only time I can maybe escape my thoughts for a few minutes and not be so wrapped up in the monotony of my life. But even in doing something that's not monotonous, you start to really feel the weight of that action. And every day that I come into this pool, I start to realize it's less interesting than the day before. I like to go outside sometimes and pretend like I can escape. Best Western Plus. It's not a hotel I'd really want to be staying there for 1,000 days, but it's what I have. Luckily, there was a really beautiful moon on the night I died. This is the farthest I ever get. If you go any further, there's a little bit of a force field, like something that pushes up against your body and doesn't let you escape. It doesn't really feel like anything, but it does feel like it's resistance. I don't know why, but this place right here is probably the most intimate. Everything else is just parking lots, but this little spot right here is a little getaway. I honestly think this is where people walk their dogs. I like to look at the traffic from here. It's the closest I get to seeing real people. I can't really see their faces, can't make out what they're doing. But I can imagine what they're doing, and I can't imagine my wife driving home, coming to talk to me. Every time I look, I always look for her car. I know I died at a time that she wouldn't be driving, but I always imagine maybe it would be there. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm just investigating. You never know. Maybe you'll find something interesting, something different, something that breaks the monotony. I've tried my key card on every room, and it only works on my room. It's unfortunate. I'd love to see other people. The hardest part about living alone for as long as I've been alone is coming up with some sort of schedule, some sort of creed to live by. There's no way to track the hours or the days or the weeks or the months. It all just sort of blends together. Just like this pool. When I enter it, I just feel weightless, bodiless, timeless. No matter how long I'm in it, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour, it feels like it's an infinite amount of time. I can swim left, I can swim right. It doesn't matter, because that time when I'm in there feels infinite. And there's nothing wrong with infinite. You can make peace with infinite in some way. You can make peace with the fact that this action is going to feel as long as it's going to feel, and I have no way to control that action. I have no way to predict how I will feel when that action ends, because it feels infinite to me in that moment. Luckily, the shower works because my skin feels like that alligator leather, and I like feeling a little bit more like myself afterwards. I feel like in this liminal space, time moves so much slower, and your body reacts slower as well. Sometimes I come back out here and I always wish I had a smoke or something. This is a really nice, peaceful area, and it's pretty warm outside. I usually let myself air dry in my swim trunks. But yeah, I could use a smoke. That would definitely make me feel a little bit better. I miss smoking. It's probably one of the only benefits of being here is that I can't smoke. I probably would get cancer if I did. This fucking machine doesn't work, and it's very frustrating. No matter how many times I mess with it or press any of the buttons or do anything, it just doesn't work. That's where I died. I don't know why, but I just can't seem to take a shower in that room. That's why I shower at the pool. I slipped and fell out of the shower from my heart attack, and I just died right there. So I can't really allow myself to enter that space without feeling a weird discomfort. It's the only room in this entire place that I don't go into. It feels weirdly sacred in a way that I can't really understand. It's very surreal to see the place that you died, sitting right in front of you, knowing that's where you died. I wonder if everyone found my body, or am I in just some sort of hellish freak dream from all the chemicals that your brain fires off when you die. I'll come down to the cafeteria and sometimes just sit there, looking and waiting for people to come in. I try to imagine their faces, the people that were there the night before. I don't even know why I exercise. I can't lose any weight. I can't change my body mass in any way. No matter what I do, even though I've been working out for 1,000 days, it literally does nothing to change how I look or how I feel. But it's better than doing nothing, I guess. If I do nothing, then I'm just going to sit in a bed. So I'd rather pretend that I'm doing something that has meaning or purpose. Like, why am I brushing my teeth? If I brush my teeth, you'd think that they would feel better, but they don't, because nothing changes in this liminal space. Every time I get closer to this room, I feel a greater sense of unease. Like something is going to happen here. I'm not psychic, but I do know that something is going to happen here. Some nights, I moved to the only Facebook tab that I had open. It was pictures of my wife. I like looking at pictures of my wife. I just wish our last conversation wasn't a fight. Our last conversation that we ever had was a fucking fight. And not just a regular fight, but a really bad one too. One of those fights that are relationship ending. Why can't I stop thinking about that stupid fucking fight? I don't even remember what started it. This is a space inhabited by only one person. And it feels so empty. I just want her to come home. This door has been open for a while. It started off with no light in there, and each day it got brighter and brighter until it's over, consuming everything. So bright, in fact, that it looks like a tunnel or a place beyond. Every night I look at it and I always wonder, maybe I should go in. Maybe that's my purpose. I'm just too scared. What if that's it? What if that's everything? I never understood why taking off a ring was such a bad thing. I feel like it gave that ring a sense of purpose and reverence. Sometimes you just gotta talk to a stuffed animal to make you feel like you have someone to talk to. I'm pretty good at talking to inanimate objects. I'm pretty good at coming up with stories and thoughts. It's a good way to work through relationship problems. I mean, you were there. She stormed off, walked outside, went to work. And the stress from fighting, it literally killed me. She literally put me in so much stress. She was such a bitch that she literally killed me. And now I'm sitting here talking to a fucking sheep about my problems. It's not my fault. Yeah, sure, we have some problems. We have some relationship shit that we didn't work out, but I didn't really think it was going to cause my death. I didn't think I was going to have a fucking heart attack, you know. I just don't understand why you can't just interact like a normal human being. We get into a fight, and normal people, they talk their stuff out, they talk their shit out. But you always just leave, and you just leave me alone. And I keep telling you that I'm gonna explode. And this is what happens. I have a fucking heart attack. I had a fucking heart attack because you wouldn't be there for me. I just don't understand why you just can't pick up the goddamn phone. I called you. I fucking called you. And I just don't understand why you can't pick up the fucking phone. I wouldn't have taken all those pills. I wouldn't have taken them. I wouldn't have taken them all. And you just didn't fucking care. You didn't fucking care. You didn't even call me. You didn't fucking... You didn't fucking call me. You didn't... A few seconds. That's all you need to really fuck things up. It's quite easy to kill yourself with a bunch of pills. Not fun. I don't know why I did that. Honestly, the things I said in this little moment are things that are so hurtful, so vile, so dark, angry, unforgiving, cold, calculated, disgusting, sad, pathetic, tinged with a dark energy over them. I killed myself because when deep down, the only thing I could truly hurt was myself. And I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry you're gonna have to see my lifeless body. And I'm sorry that I made all this a fucking complicated situation. And I'm sorry that I didn't appreciate you for every little thing you've done for me, every little small, insignificant thing that I thought was nothing. It meant everything to me. Just never never said it to you. What was I going to say? Tell you thank you for doing all these little things? I thought it would embarrass myself. I thought it was making myself lower because of everything that had happened. I was wrong for that, and I'm really sorry. Genuinely. I have a weird feeling that I'm going to be going somewhere. I don't know where that is. Maybe that's a good thing. I know things got really fucked up. I know things got fucked up ever since. What I said here is just for me to know, and no one to ever find out. In this moment, I poured out everything I had in my heart. And I don't need you knowing what I said. I love you. I woke up the next day and it was morning. It's weird seeing things in the daytime again. It all looks pretty different. It's about 8 in the morning, right before my wife would come back home. Kept looking for her from that window. It looks so fresh in the daytime. I never thought I'd see it again. It all happens within a single second. Your whole life can flash before your eyes. All those people, all those things you did in your life, all will be gone. All those choices are things you can easily regret for the rest of your life. Wherever you may be. Heaven, hell, purgatory. All I know is this. I had my regrets. I made my mistakes. And I guess I get a second chance to do it all over again.